Hey there guys, Noah here, and welcome back to another Vanguard discussion video. Today, we gotta go over some crazy shit about not only with the Link Joker support that just got announced, literally a day ago, but also the product stream stuff that honestly just blows my fucking mind. Now, I'm gonna kind of speed through the Link Joker stuff because there are plenty of content creators who've already discussed it, but I want to get my own 2 cents out there and then talk about the ban list immediately afterwards, because it's going to tie into it. So, pretty much, I think thematically, it was a good thing that Glendios got its retrained the way that it is. I think the support that came out with it as well was honestly really necessary for it to actually function, and honestly, they did a good job with the support, honestly. Even though it's probably not going to do well in V, I expected to do something in Premium, because the idea that you could set up this condition more consistently and more reliably now is honestly something very interesting. So we'll have to wait to see what they'll do with that. But they also did do something with the ban list as well, that it kind of ties into it. So pretty much, they also announced that with Glendios' arrival, that they'd be changing the rulings on how reverse units work. If you're not aware of what they did, for whatever godforsaken reason, they made it so whenever you play a reverse unit that is in reverse cradle in a Link Joker deck, they lose their effects. So their GIF icon, their skills, their access to Twin Drive, all that. They lose all that. They basically become vanillas, which I think, considering how many loops you can do in Premium, was definitely necessary, though I definitely think that a lot of people are kind of salty about it. Specifically the Link Joker players who are very salty about it. Now, I'm more so, even though I play Starvaders, I also understand that this was definitely necessary, because even I can admit, that's a lot of bullshit that you could pull off. And this was just coming off of the stuff that came out of the last, support, with the Ethics Buster or the Maelstrom reverse, that you could just do an infinite loop off that. But now we've got other crazy ass loops like the Special Duke loop and all that, and it was like, no, this needs to go. Thank God they did it. So now I want to quickly talk about the ban list, because we also got that as well. So, mind you, they're going to be releasing more later. I don't know when at the time of this recording, because I'm legitimately recorded this immediately after they announced everything. But they put Darkstrain to 1 in Standard, and then they choice restricted Magnolia Grade 4 with the Inlet Pulse, which gets, even I, as somebody who doesn't really play the format that much, can tell you, this was broken, okay? I'm glad they actually did something about it, because honestly, I think, I really do think you really need to hit Darkstrain, but definitely the Inlet Pulse with the Magnolia Grade 4, that needs to be fixed, because Magnolia was all the way, God tier for the overdressed format. It needed to get powered down a bit. And it's not like the deck is bad without it. You know, it's still pretty consistent. It's pretty damn strong, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as broken now with, that choice restriction. So then we also got to talk about the V choice restriction, the Crow from Nubatama getting banned. I think you should have just hit Mizukaze. Who knows? Maybe they're gonna fucking do it with our ban list, with the English ban list, because, like I stated before in the previous video, that card is problematic, and I feel like that's something that, cause hell, just for context, there were so many times throughout the entire tournament series, I feel like that you had so many people ask the same question: did this combo with Rene? It doesn't interact the way that, people are thinking. And apparently it does. So I feel like even especially in Premium, it needs to go. And then speaking of Premium, they hit the grade 3 that comboed with Eugene, that you just rip 6 cards out of your opponent's hand and then you could still do other bullshit on top of that. Good fucking riddance. I was getting frustrated trying to understand how to deal with that fucking matchup, so I don't think people are going to be missing it unless you somehow bought the deck just for this specific interaction. In which case, I feel bad for you, but honestly, this was fucking necessary. And yeah, let's get on to the real meat and potatoes of the whole rest of this, because now that I got the ban list stuff out the way, we can finally talk about the rest of the stuff. On top of all that, they gave us some more information about Set 6. Basically, they're saying that they're going to be reprinting the Overtrigger, the PG that everyone's using, that's basically the Set 1 PG, that's universally better, as well as the generic triggers. I think it's specifically the crits, but I could be wrong on that, because even I admit it's getting a little out of hand with some of those triggers. So good thing that they're reprinting that in Set 6, because honestly it would have been a huge problem. I am a bit concerned, however, on whether or not it would just be box toppers, or if they're going to be incorporated into the set, like how V-Series used to do that with their sets. But that being said, though, we need to talk about the big meat and potatoes of this whole video. This online client for Steam and Switch. I am hyped as shit, because not only is this coming out, it's coming out in English, which is probably the first time that they've ever done this. Yeah, this is definitely the first time they've ever done this, because I stated in a previous video that they initially had the 3DS games, which, you know, admittedly were just kind of mid, and they would get outdated with the support shortly after. And I don't know if this is going to be the exact same case. I hope that they constantly update the card pool, and if nothing else, if it's just for overdress format, we'll take it, because then that means the barrier, the level of entry is not terrible. So you can at least play this game, get an idea of what, you know, it is like, and then if you want to actually play the game IRL, you can. And this is without having to use something like Cardfight Area. So honestly, this was definitely necessary. I think the fact that it's coming out in English as well is really good, because I think they finally listened and said, hey, English people like to play this fucking game, these games, so might as well release it, right? So honestly, that was really good. I think that it's been long overdue. They've been doing these kind of games for like 10 years now. I think, don't quote me on that. Pretty much ever since the original series, with like Limit Break, way back when, with Ride to Victory, way back, so long ago. You know, they've been doing it ever since then, so it's like, I figured, you know what, it's about fucking time they do this shit, you know, because we've been waiting for this. Like, and I am gonna be 100% transparent with you. If it wasn't for the fact that recently I've been enjoying Thegria as a deck, and, you know, just getting back into the standard format with Set 5 in general, I would probably get back into Overdress specifically because of the game. Like, I would sit there and be like, okay, now there's gonna be a video game that's gonna be releasing in the future. Cool, I'm down. I'll play it. Why the fuck not? I don't know if it's just another, like, one of those, like, Vanguard EX type games, or if it's actually going to be an online client, specifically, like, something similar to Master Duel. Someone can tell me in the comment section, or I'll probably hear about it tomorrow for more clarification at some point, in general. But I'm just really hyped for it, because, you know, this is something people have been asking for a while, and I'm glad we're finally getting it. So I'm going to assume that this is going to be releasing a lot of, like, all the stuff that's come up until that point. And I hope they keep supporting it over time. I don't know, in their past trends, I don't see them doing that. But if they do, that would be absolutely great. Because honestly, if you want people to get into Overdress, this is the way you're going to get them into it. You're going to sync them in, you're going to hook them in, say, hey, this is a video game. Go try this game. If you like it, you know, then try actually playing the card game IRL. And then, boom, you're set. And I think that's all I really wanted to cover into today's video, because we gotta wait to see what they do with the rest of the ban list for the English side, because, you know, for a fact that what they already revealed isn't just gonna be that. But, yeah, I'm honestly just looking forward to all the stuff that's coming out. And, like, they announced some other Monster Strike stuff, but, like, who cares about collab sets, especially out here in the West? Like, no one cares. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out. Thank you guys so much for checking out this quick little video, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.